Welcome to the Cosmic Drag Podcast with Reshena, the homegirl healer, your source for the trillest, intuitive coaching and encouragement for Black women straight from the universe. Get ready for some real spilling and real healing.
Hey homegirls, it's your girl Reshena, the homegirl healer, and this is the Cosmic Drag, honey. We finna pull these cards and let the universe drag us for filth and for healing at the same damn time. So you better secure the edges you got left, child, before they get cosmically snatched, and let's get into it. So, hey everybody, welcome to episode 12, hey 12 of the Cosmic Drag. I'm so excited to be here kicking it with you today. I'm not going to talk y'all to death about this being episode 12 because y'all already know what time it is. Y'all is just here for the healing drip. So let's jump right into it. So today the deck I'm going to be working with is the Star Tarot by Cathy McClellan. It's such a beautiful deck. I'm so excited to share the images with y'all on Instagram, but also just excited to be talking about this deck because the imagery, it is a tarot deck, but it's not a traditional like Rider-Waite tarot deck. So I'm excited to talk about the imagery and this deck author's approach to the tarot. So with that, child, let me get these cards and let's see what time it is. Okay, let's see what we got. So the first card we got, is the King of Cups. That's a good one. How interesting. The next card, we have the Ten of Swords. We're going to see, child, we're going to see what the fuck's going on with that because we'll get into it. The third card, okay, I'm with it, the Knight of Wands. So this is about to be quite an interesting reading because usually when we are doing when we're doing the Cosmic Dragon, maybe it's a oracle deck or something like that. Sometimes the messages be really light and love from the cards. And with this one, child, I feel like we getting a little bit snatched by one of these cards. So we're going to get into it. All right, so the first card is the King of Cups, and this card is when you look at this card, like you literally just see regal energy, regal, powerful, self-contained energy. And that is so important because when we look at the King of Cups, it's all about being the master of your emotions, your thoughts, yourself. The King of Cups is really about the balance between love and logic, compassion and keeping it real and handling your business. When we look at the King of Cups, it's really all about being able to bring all of those things together, to be able to know when you need to make a decision based on logic and when you need to make a decision based on your heart and your emotions. The King of Cups is all about knowing the balance of that. And that's what makes him such a great king, right? So in this particular card, the King of Cups, he's sitting on basically it's like a water throne. It's giving very like water entity energy, like water god energy, okay? So when we look at this, his throne is like made of water and waves. And there is a dolphin swimming near him and he's holding a coin. And you know, I'll be out here for the coin, child. He's holding a coin where it has what looks like two dolphins, but they're swimming in the way of like when you see the Pisces signs, the two fish swimming upstream, one downstream. It's giving very that energy. He's holding this gold chalice. And it's like, even with the waves going on behind him, and we can tell that the water is moving, he is unmoved. He is still, he is in control. Water is the sign of emotion. And so we know that there is so much emotion here, but he is able to handle the heaviness of his crown, and he can do it with grace. He can do it with integrity. He literally can do it with the balance that he needs to be an effective king. Okay. So shout out to the King of Cups. Yes, I love it. I'm here for it. All right. So let's get into the second card. So we have the Ten of Swords. Now, woo, child. So this is the card I was like, okay, this reading is going to be interesting because it's not the typical love and light shit that be popping off. So when we look at this card, there is it looks to be a Native American man, and he is like posted up. And when you look at him, there are 10 rays of like thunder or something like that, just all shooting at him at once. And his face looks very stern. It looks very concerned. There may even be some fear here. When you see his heart is big and there's energy coming from it, but there are also like drops of blood dripping from it, which is not the best thing. This is like, there is a lot of blue in this card. So especially in this deck, when you see a lot of blue, it's all about emotion. But this blue is not like the blue of the King of Cups. This blue is a darker, heavier kind of blue. So the energy here is just really heavy for him. He has a lot going on. But even in the midst of all of this is going on, his hands, like there's energy like shooting like a halo around his hands. And if you know me, you know I'm a Reiki practitioner. So that makes me excited to see, because it's all about being able to move the energy. He has like behind him, there is literally a rainbow just shooting out behind him. There are stars coming from his crown. And so what this says to me is that even though he is in a very difficult situation, he is not going to be there forever. He is starting to, the power that he needs to break through that is starting to come through. So this card, like I said, is all about the adversity. Okay. It is usually an indication that there is some betrayal, some pain, something like that, that is either in the midst of your shit or it's coming. And so it's a really hard card, but also I want to say that this is also like a minor arcana card, as is the King of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So child, let's be glad that this is the Ten of Wands and not the Tower card, okay? Because the Tower card means that some shit is being fucked up in a major, major way. And when we're looking at the minor arcana, it's more so about like the more so our daily life. It's not the big events. You know what I'm saying? So yes, betrayal is always hard, but it could be something related to like your relationship. Maybe, you know, something's going on with your relationship and there's an endpoint to it. Something maybe with work, all kinds of things like that. So this is not like big, huge, major life-changing things, but these are things that are important and are key to our everyday life. And so that is what this is all about, where the shift, or, you know, maybe the hardship or the betrayal is coming from. So yes, this card is difficult. And yes, it means that there is some pain or something like that in the midst of what's going on. But it's also a signal of transformation, of triumph, that there's a change on a way. So like I said, even though he had all of those rays of lightning shooting at him, had his shit fucked up, he also, even though his heart is bleeding, you can see that there is still energy able to come from his heart and from his hands and from his crown. So even though he is in a very difficult place now, even though he is having to deal with something ending now, he knows that the end is going to be okay. It makes room for new beginnings. So this is definitely about painful endings, but it's also the starting point of healing beginnings. Okay. So shout out to Ten of Wands, even though it's out here on our shit, it's definitely putting us in position for something new. The next thing that we need to be moving on to. So child, let's get into this Knight of Wands, honey. So when we look at this card, first of all, I love this card so much. There is a man riding on a horse, and like this card, there's so much yellow and so much orange and red. It's a very bold, 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 bright image on this card. And so like you see the man, he has like his wand, obviously, because this is the suit of wands and it's on fire. The sun is shining around him. The horse is out here like, bitch, I'm ready to rev up and run some shit over. Let's get to it. This card is all about energy. It's about passion. It's about courage. It's about moving ahead boldly and doing it fiery and fierce as fuck, okay? So yes, shout out to the spark of energy that we need when the Ten of Swords be out here on our ass. And so when we're nursing the wounds that came from the Ten of Swords, right? The Knight of Wands is coming through with the drip that we need to heal, to create, and to return to our place on the throne. It is the spark that we need to move us out of the devastation of, you know, the sadness of, the bull poopy of the Ten of Swords. This Knight of Wands is really that spark that's going to put us into position. So all of that I was talking about, that was coming from his head, even a light coming from his heart and from his hands, baby, that is the Knight of Wands coming through with the motherfucking healing drip. And I'm here for it. Okay. So with that, let's jump right on into this cosmic drag, honey, because All these cards together are telling a story and it's showing you what you are capable of. This whole thing is a journey. You start out like you're kind of living your life, and you start out good. You think you've done all of the healing that you needed to do. You are in control of your emotions, and you just popping out here in these streets. And sometimes that thing just happens in your life that kind of throws you all the way off. But you always can recover. And so this is telling a story. You know what I'm saying? Like this is really a journey. And it's a journey that we're going to make multiple times over the course of our life, because baby, that is just how life is, okay? So it is what it is. And so when we have the energy of the Knight of Wands, like the Knight of Wands definitely be going up, and he don't be giving a fuck about nothing. So remember to to keep with you what the Ten of Swords taught you, because our pain, our traumas, the things that we experience, when we move to a place of healing, we can allow those things to be lessons to help us to move forward. That does not erase the pain. That does not erase the awfulness of what we may have been through, but it does position us to be better, to grow from those things, and to not let that shit hold us back. So like I said, you have to take, the Knight of Swans, he be out here, the Knight of Wands, he be out here, okay, like I said, going up fiery as fuck, not giving a fuck about nothing. So you have to remember what the Ten of Swords taught you, and you also have to take the time to consider your actions like the King of Cups does, honey, okay? So like I said, it's a circle. It's a circle. If you ever seen, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. And I also wanted to take the time to share this because there is so much going on in our world, and I'm not going to go extremely deep into it because I really don't care where nobody fits on the vax or unvax side. I'm just living my life, and I think we all have to make the decisions that are best for us. But when we get past that decision, look at all of the things that are happening, how people are being divided. Things are really kind of falling apart, and people are expecting to return to a normal that doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't exist. And so even if what you are experiencing with the Ten of Wands is not about what's in your personal life, but the life of all of us, of everyone around you, what we are experiencing as a collective of humans, it's really, really, really difficult. But we have to put ourselves in a position to be able to release attachment to the outcome of things that we cannot control. There is so much happening that we cannot control, and we are wasting our time trying to grasp onto those things instead of letting them go and letting those chips fall where we may, because we literally can't do shit about it either way. Instead, focus our attention on the things that we can do, the ways that we can prepare ourselves, we can position ourselves, we can strengthen ourselves. Get your mind strong. Get your fucking mind strong. Learn how to think for yourself. Be a critical thinker. Be the observer. Be able to hear and see the things that people say and not get so emotionally invested in it that you are then starting to spread the same bullshit, the same negative energy that they are. Release attachment to the outcome of the shit that you cannot control. And let me tell you something. If you don't release what you need to let go of, that shit gonna get knocked out your hand by life, period. You ever been in a club or at a party and you got your drink in your hand and your ass is trying to maneuver through a whole bunch of people with this drink in your hand and you probably shouldn't, and somebody bump into you and spill all your Hennessy all over your clothes? Okay? When it's time for that shit that's in your hand to get up out your hand, when it's time for you to let go of what you need to let go of, it's going to get knocked out your hand. And you can do it the easy way. You can navigate it the easy way, or you can navigate it kicking and screaming. But you literally going to have to get through it either way. So choose wisely, okay? Choose yourself. Keep it real with yourself. Allow things to happen sometimes, okay? And with that, I just want y'all to know that shit happens, yes, and it hurts. And it may sit you down for a minute, but it literally cannot hold you back forever. That's just not how this works. And you want to know why? Because you are too powerful. You are too bold. You are too passionate, okay? You know how to turn some lemons into some bomb-ass lemonade, okay? You may bend, but you are unbreakable. You might pop it and lock it, but you ain't going to drop it. Yes, it's corny, but it is what it is. You get the point, okay? You are intelligent and you're intuitive, and you will always find your way back to your path if you lose your way. If you were in the position of the King of Cups and some shit happened and moved you into the position of the Ten of Swords, you're going to always find your way to the Knight of Wands and always find your way back to your position as the King of Cups. All right? Trust yourself, okay? And trust all of your divine people around you. Trust all of your spirit guides. Trust your ancestors. Trust all of your spiritual team to always put you in position, even when you feel like you've been knocked out of it. Because sometimes we're going to get knocked off our square, and that's life. But you're going to get your glorious ass up, goddess. You're going to get your ass up and keep it going. You're going to find your way. And in the midst of it, remember who you are. And when I say remember who you are, I'm not talking about remember who you are told that you're supposed to be. Remember who you truly are. Remember your true divine self. Remember your fucking cosmic amazing self. Black people, I say this all the time, but we are literally made of fucking cosmic stardust. And that is powerful. And that means something. And that is the essence that you need to return to. When you are the King of Cups, when you the Ten of Wands, or when you the King of, when you the Knight, when you the Ten of Swords, or the Knight of Wands. Okay? All right. And so also, don't be afraid to take the risk, because you're going to hit, okay? Trust. The Knight of Wands is going to make, like, literally, it's the spark that you need to come out of whatever you're going through so you can hit. You got it. Okay? Give fear your ass to kiss. Immediately, ASAPly, period, poo. And on that note, I feel good saying all of that and get that out, because I needed to hear that myself today. Sometimes the spirit be talking through me, but it's also talking to me. And I always tell y'all, when I'm out here cosmically dragging y'all, I'm getting dragged by my edges myself, okay? And so with that, let's get into the cosmic drip for this week. And this is a good one, and I hope you enjoy it. And I hope that you let this cosmic drip for this week sizzle in your spirit. I hope you say it when you wake up every morning to remind yourself of how amazing you are, affirming yourself every day, every way. And with that, I embrace the healing energies of endings and beginnings. I embrace the healing energies of endings and beginnings. I embrace the healing energies of endings and beginnings. Yes, 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 yes. So, y'all already know that it's time to wind down and bring this episode to a close. But before I go, I just want to remind y'all, per usual, that your girl has Reiki classes popping. All of them are online, obviously, duh, because COVID is out here on everybody's ass, and I'm not playing around with y'all, and I don't want y'all to be playing around with me. So Reiki classes are popping. They are online, so literally anywhere in the world, you can be cute, kicking it, and getting this fucking Reiki drip and becoming the Reiki practitioner that you always wanted to be. And classes are currently available for all levels of Reiki 1, 2, and 3, child. So also intuitive coaching sessions and Reiki sessions are also happening remote. Again, you can get all of that information. You can get some time with your girl so we can work on healing together, child, creating a healing space together as a digital get down. You can do all of that by going to my website, www.thehomegirlhealer.com. Please, please, please make sure that y'all are kicking it with me on social media. So you got the website, Instagram at The Homegirl Healer, YouTube, The Homegirl Healer, Twitter, Homegirl Healer, Facebook, The Homegirl Healer. I'm also on Clubhouse as Homegirl Healer. And I'm on TikTok as The Homegirl Healer, child. But I'm trying to figure that out. So, woo, child, that one is a mess, but we're going to get there. Also, please do not forget to send me links to tarot and oracle decks that are made by Black artists, Black readers. I'm here for it. Let me run in my coin and keep making great content for y'all to enjoy, okay? So please, please, please go on, and it goes down in the DMs, and so that's where I would like you to send them. And finally, we are updating the date that the Cosmic Drag comes out. So instead of Mondays, it will be out every Tuesday now. Yep, different day, same healing drip. We in there. So with that, I'm sending you forth in love. I'm sending you forth in light. I'm sending you forth in greatness and divine energy, divine feminine energy, cosmic energy. Have the best week, darling. See you next week.
Thank you for listening to The Cosmic Drag with the Homegirl Healer. Subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss an episode, and connect with the Homegirl Healer on social media so you always know what time it is. Follow Reshena at The Homegirl Healer on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube, and at The Homegirl Healer on Twitter and Clubhouse. And share this podcast with anyone you know who could use a good dragging from the universe.